What's the craziest thing you've ever done?
I ride in a big scary ride at Disney when I make my daddy laugh. I jumped in a pool even though I didn't know how to swim that well.
Gone parasailing.
I went water skiing once. Going on a helicopter.
Going on a roller coaster.
One time I went on a roller coaster. I was on an elevator before and I clicked all the buttons.
I've ridden a camel through a sandstorm.
One of my first times skiing, I went with my dad to the top of the mountain, not knowing what I was doing, and I just kind of went for it.
Auditioned for a dancing group at my school because I can't dance at all.
I showered in cold water with a hose in the backyard.
I flew to Orlando from California on a 2 days notice to go camp out overnight to see One Direction.
Being in this video.
My 16th birthday, I was with my aunt in the Bahamas, and we swam very far into the ocean.
When I walked from the bottom of Manhattan to the Met Museum,
I matched with this guy on Tinder, and he said that he wasn't using his Tinder account anymore. So I matched him from my friend's Tinder account to see if he would write back, and he did.
Skydive. I went on a helicopter ride over New York City. Quit my well-paying job to take a new position with basically no salary, gambling on myself.
Going to a strip club with an ex.
Going to Europe by myself.
Paraglided off of a cliff.
I learned to pole dance on camera for 30 days.
Speaking up in my career in a very male-centric space.
I jumped off a roof when I was 5.
Traveled the world by myself.
I skipped jury duty to go on a 24-hour date with a really great guy, and it was so worth it.
My best friend and I booked flights to Ibiza for the very next day.
Road trip, decided to just show my breasts to the neighboring car.
I made out with 7 boys in one night when I was 16 in Spain. Hey, Mom, love you.
When I was 26, I was in New Zealand with some girlfriends, and we all decided to do one of the largest bungee jumps in the world.
Whitewater rafting.
I got into a jacuzzi outside in the winter.
I recently did an album cover photo shoot where I was half naked, dressed in pleather in the middle of Times Square in the freezing-ass cold, and that was really crazy.
Climbed the Brooklyn Bridge at 4 a.m. in the morning alone, wearing flip-flops.
I went hang gliding this summer.
Getting on a scary ride at an amusement park.
Diving with sharks, even though I get nervous around water.
When I was a teenager, another teen was rude to my mom, and I smacked her.
I went to China by myself.
I jumped on the stage to hug one of the members of the Wu-Tang Clan, and I ran off.
I went to India for 2 years.
Camping in the Amazon.
Rescued a cat from the McDonald's parking lot.
Going to the acting business.
Skinny dip in the Hudson.
Stand-up comedy. Zip-lined, like 500 feet up in the air. I almost died. I hated it.
When my son told me to walk into a dispensary in Portland, and then he photographed me coming out and sent it to his sisters.
I recently had coffee with an old friend of mine, and the next time I saw him, we spent the weekend together.
Went out on a date with someone that I didn't know and spent the entire evening with them.
Was a chambermaid one summer in Lake George.
My girlfriend and I once dressed up as chefs, and we snuck into a very fancy country club to meet the dance group that was performing there.
When I was in high school, we would skinny dip by sneaking into the neighbors' pools.
Zip lining at 55.
Accidentally getting in the ocean at a riptide.
When I would ride the train, get between the cars, hold on to one side, hold on to the other side, and ride between 96 feet and 110. The world was mine.
I met a guy when I was 22 years old, Halloween, from London, and I let him come live with me for 2 weeks.
Then I dyed my hair blonde.
Riding an elephant in Nepal.
I was trying to get over a crippling fear of heights, so I agreed to go on the cyclone at Coney Island.
Going on a trip without any details, I'm usually very detailed-oriented, but just jumping up and saying, we're going.
I meet strangers back in the day and get to know them really well.
I sort of drove down a wrong-way street on purpose.
When I went on online dating, definitely.
Taking a pilgrimage down the Camino de Santiago in Spain with my college girlfriends.
I got married at 18.
Taking a hot air balloon ride.
I went to Sweden not knowing if someone was going to be on the other side. I swam with the sea lions in the Galapagos Islands.